Gardens tend to match the personalities of their caregivers, and this one certainly does. It's full of grace and peace. And here is my good friend, Grace Gwill.
Very good.
And Grace, this is just the most peaceful, calm garden. I love it. So what you've done is you've taken your whole backyard and you've turned it into your garden.
Yes.
Take us on a tour.
All right. This is our original garden, established back in 2002, I think, and it's changed over the years, but
gardens do that.
That's right.
And you laid this. You laid this stonework. You and your daughter.
Yeah, right. We were out here in a messy day, as I recall. It was just muddy as can be. So it's a very that's all I remember about it, is how messy it was.
And you've got lots of different plants here. Do you have a favorite that's in this area?
Well, in the early spring, the ostrich fern, you can't beat that. As the summer heat comes on, that's kind of hard on it. But then the hostas are in full glory then.
I like how you've interspersed them and they just kind of peek out from it. It's just kind of fun. Do you have lots of success with your trellises? Because I see that you're adding height with all kinds of different plants here. I love it.
Our clematis seem to like this area, and so I have them just pop up everywhere. I guess they reseed, and so this one just popped up here, and I said, well, it's doing so well.
I like it. I like it.
I'll just put this obelisk there and let it go.
Big, huge walls can be a big, huge problem, but you've solved it.
We were sitting out here on the patio, and I said, this wall is boring. And so I was able to find these planters, and this is an experiment this year to see if it's something we enjoy, and I think we'll do it again.
It's just going to get bigger and better as the season
goes, right.
progresses.
This is a Shalimar red crossvine that we planted last year, and this spring it was absolutely covered in blooms, but it was before the hummingbirds and the butterflies, so I'm hoping that it's supposed to be blooming again later in the year, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is something new, this seed pot. I haven't had a chance to research that yet to see.
It's beautiful, and you know what? It's covering just enough that you can still see your arbor, you can still see the beautiful plant here, and it's obviously very happy here too. So I love it, and I think they do bloom several times a year. So the sweet little hummingbirds will get to take advantage of this just a little later than normal, right?
And they'll appreciate that, I'm sure.
I love shade. And you've got a shade oasis here that is beautiful. So obviously you've got shade-loving plants here. Talk to me about your babies.
These are hostas. Danny really likes hostas, so we try to add a lot of hostas, elephant ears, hydrangeas we really like. This tough stuff was in the courtyard. It didn't like it there, so we put it in a pot and said, oh. And then it did so well here, we just left it in the pot.
I like it in a pot, and that makes it nice and movable.
Right.
So you've got some ferns over here as well, and some beautiful bloomers too to add some color to your garden.
These Snapdragons have been coming back. They've actually never died since the end of 2020.
Wonderful.
Which is
wonderful.
Been delightful.
Well, and I like them too because they're just a little pop of color, and they're pretty low maintenance too.
Right.
So you've utilized pots, you've utilized the ground, and again, you've just made it so that it's your eye just follows it all the way around. I love the pops of color.
Thank you. Here we've got some Vermilionaire, which is also called a kufia. The hummingbirds just really enjoy it, and so we made sure we had several, but we've had some volunteers come up too, so we've got more than we even bargained for.
They like that better than the food that we put out sometimes, don't you think?
Yes, I do. We have pansies in the winter, and I found that if I plant the lantana, which I enjoy having lantana out here, it just gets so big and beautiful, that it makes the pansies last a little longer. So It's about time to trim them back, but we'll see how it is. They're still looking pretty good as of today.
You know, I always say that's actually a very good idea because I always say about the time that pansies really get to looking well, it's time to pull them up for this or cut them back for the season. So you've kind of made it so that they've got something to make them look a little better.
Right, and the lantana has a chance to grow a little bit.
You know, fullness makes a garden look lush, and that's the beauty of this, is that you've got not a lot of empty space. You've got something that's going to take over or that's showcasing itself right now. So you do have that pesky little sun that has made its presence known in one part of your garden.
Right. I planted these, with Danny's help, planted these in the spring, and it was just the perfect environment for the heucheras. But as the summer came on, they didn't like the sun. There's just a little strip here that gets full sun in the afternoon. And so this year I've decided we needed to plant some hydrangeas and the pugster pinker, and to be a distractor for the heucheras and the coral bells in the heat of the summer.
And that's a beautiful distraction. I particularly like the pop of purple. So again, you have got a natural fence here that you have just carried through your garden all the way down the back of your garden here. And it provides shade, and it also provides a little nesting place for the birds that are obviously very active here.
Yes, yes. I had a friend sitting on the porch with me one day, and she said, well, how far does your property go back there? And I said, well, you know, you see the hollies, that's it.
I'm not sure there's a more perfect specimen of a hosta than this one. This one's perfect. It's perfect, and it's huge.
It is. This is a sum and substance. We weren't quite sure where to put it, and so I put it in this pot. Danny and I were talking about it. He said we should plant it, and I went, I'm not sure I want it in the ground, so it's still in a pot.
It's very happy there. And I've noticed you use a lot of pine straw mulch. Is that your preference for mulch for these particular plants? You've even got some in your pot.
Right. I try to protect the plants over the winter with a little pine straw. We like the appearance of it. Danny likes the weight of pine straw, and the plants do seem to really shine in the pine straw.
Trees are our friend, and your neighbor's tree is your garden friend. So you have really used your neighbor's tree to take care of your shade in your own garden.
Right, right. Well, it wouldn't be a shade garden without our neighbor's tree, so it gave us a starting point. It narrowed the decisions that had to be made.
That's right. And do you take care of your neighbor's tree as far as pruning goes?
Only the parts that get in our eyes.
I love how you made your garden a cooler place, a peaceful place, and a place to just sit and enjoy all day long, thanks to the shade garden. So you've done a beautiful job with making this lovely.
Thank you, Tammy.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.